colder out there today. Got numb fingers, but welcome back to Ebenezer Cottage Garden. I'm Lawrence, and you just saw me out the front on the drive grabbing some of these leaves. And normally I'd be putting them to one side and making leaf mould with them, but I think this year I'm going to bag them up and have them ready for the summer months, so when I compost and get my greens out of the garden, I've got these browns ready to go. So Christmas has come and gone, New Year's come and gone. Now it's time to get my onions sown, and I like to do these from seed. Oh, there's two beautiful deer just running in the distance. What a shame I can't get them on camera. Never mind. So yeah, we're going to get sowing some onions. I'm going to try and film them. Well, he's somewhere over there, but it's just run off into a hedge, back into the greenhouse. Well, that was very exciting for a minute or two. It's one of those things that doesn't show up so well on camera, but I promise you they were very majestic. So I'm sowing onions, and I wanted to show you this. If you haven't got these boxes, definitely look them up and buy them. They're called, I think they're photo storage boxes. You can get different sizes, but these ones, which are the smaller ones, seem to work quite well for keeping your seeds. Right, let's head back into the greenhouse and we'll get some sown. Just to run through a few bits of equipment, I'm using these little seed trays, which I haven't washed out, but I think they'll be fine. And also, if like me, you could not find a pen that would write on a plastic label, though of course should be trying to use more wood labels, go for an oil-based pen, and it makes all the difference, because when the rainwater goes on it or you're watering, the ink doesn't just run off. So oil-based ink is the one that you want. Let's get started. Today I'm using just a basic multi-purpose compost. I would prefer to sieve it, but it's just a little bit too wet by the looks of it to run through the sieve nicely. I do like to pack out my seed trays with plenty of compost, just because if I don't move the plants on when I mean to, and they stay in there a little bit longer than I expect, there'll be plenty of nutrients for them in there. I'm going to start by sowing some seeds from one of my favourite seed companies. Not only is the label really beautiful, but the actual quality of the seed is great. You know that it's freshly packed and there's no nonsense about how long the seed's been laying around before it's been sold. So this is real seeds. I'll put a link in the description for you. The variety I'm going to sow first is some spring onions called Kyoto Market. You can see they're lovely little seeds. Onions are quite nice to handle and easy to pick up and sprinkle. I'm going to probably go a little bit more liberally than I normally would with this seed, because it is actually from last year. But something else you could do with spring onions is actually sow them into modules. That works brilliantly if you have 7 or 8 in one module and then plant them out as a bunch. I know a lot of you would have seen Charles Dowding doing that. That's where I picked it up. I'll probably do that alongside this sowing as well. There's just some there to get me started on the Kyoto Market. Just going to put this label in as a bit of a divider, because I've got my spring onions this side. I want to sow another variety over here. And this is another variety from Real Seeds called Density 4. It's a very good one for long storage. I had some good success with it last year actually. Well, I don't think I need to water this because the compost is so wet, but I do need to make sure that I put in a label. And there we have it, that's ready to go now. So this will go inside. I might put it under a heated propagator for a bit, just to help it along, but you could just pop that onto your windowsill. I've got a few more of these to do now, so I'm going to get those done, and then I'm going to show you some bits and pieces I'm going to plant out in the greenhouse. Those of you that saw my last video would have seen me picking out a few weeds, bits and pieces like that. And whilst I was making that video, I saw these all year round cauliflower plants that I have, which are ready to go out in spring. But I thought, I wonder if it's worth me just putting a couple in the ground in the greenhouse and just seeing if I get an early crop. Just as a bit of an experiment and fun really. So I think I'm going to get these in, and I'll keep you posted on these on the weeks to come. welcome to my shed. Now I know exactly what you're looking at, and it's not this Chewbacca mug. You're thinking to yourself, oh, that's not the tidiest of sheds. But I will say everything does have a place. There's shelving, everything's where it should be. The only problem at the moment is I've got some water coming in, and that's because I think the roof felting's gone. And if I'm honest with myself, that's a job that I said I'd do last summer. And whilst we're on the subject of things to do, my gardening New Year's resolution is to be a bit more organised. And I mean that in the sense that rather than just trying to keep ideas in my head, I need to write them down and plan, you know, the month ahead, something like that. So any of you that are out there that have video ideas, you know, if this is the first video you've seen of mine, do go back and have a look. There's plenty of others for you to explore. But if any of you have been around for a while and you think, why don't you do a bit more of that or this, or I'd like to see this, share them in the comments, because I'll be sitting down soon with a pen and trying to think of a couple of months worth of videos in advance. So hopefully you've enjoyed today. I've enjoyed it. It's been lovely being outside, and I've got that New Year bug for the garden really kicking in. So I'm going to enjoy having you with me over the coming months. So I hope you're out in your gardens. I hope you're buying seeds. I hope you're planning. If you're just starting, I hope you're finding a whole new world of advice on YouTube. There's loads of good stuff out there. And most of all, I hope to see you next time.